I think it made me have to question everything that I believed, and that began very early because I saw my family having to question everything they believed, and and having to be open. It's not like my parents grew up thinking, oh, you know, black and white people should be equal and there shouldn't be discrimination. I think they probably just accepted how things were when they were children. It was only when they were confronted with it as an overt issue, a set of questions, that they were open to the possibility that what they had learned as children was wrong. And so I saw that. That was, as we now say in the teaching biz, that was modeled for me. And so when it came time, you know, my time came, I guess, to have to question a lot of basic things, I was open to doing that. And in fact, in certain respects, I guess I took a sort of delight in it. I wanted to study philosophy before I went to college, even though I really didn't know what it was. And what had happened was when I was in high school, I was inducted into the Honor Society, as lots of kids in public school are, and one of the teachers did a very nice thing that year. They didn't always do this, but they arranged to have a speaker in the evening and to have the kids who were being inducted come to the library with their parents, and they had a little ceremony. And it was very nice. And they got this mathematician to come speak, who was a teacher at the community college across the river. So he came, and he told what I now know is the story of Zeno's arrow. Familiar with this from ancient philosophy? So the question was, if Zeno shoots an arrow at a target, and it takes, and it can get halfway there, but you can divide that half infinitely, how will it ever traverse the space to the target? How will that happen? Only the example that the mathematician used was a frog jumping a foot at a time, but you could always, you know, subdivide the units of measure. So if you can't, if it's an infinite number of units of measure that must be traversed, how does anything ever move? And that's all I remember from the mathematician's talk, except that he was very lively and interesting and fun. But what I thought was, okay, there's something wrong with the basic way we think about measure and about mathematics. And I thought that was just fascinating. I had no idea what was wrong or what the right answer might have been, but I loved the question.